Let me ask you a question. How many large meetings or conferences have you attended in the last 6 months? The last year? If you're like most people in the working world, probably a fair few. But how many of those can you remember? How many would you say were exceedingly effective? Probably not that many, if any at all. In the world of budget constraints, return on investment, and stretched resources, it's more important than ever that meetings, when they do happen, are memorable and effective. We know, however, that organising and designing a memorable meeting is difficult. There's a lot to consider, and in our experience of running thousands of such meetings, efforts are often focused in the wrong area, or small but critical steps are missed, which disrupts all the good bits, regardless of how effectively the rest was managed. This is where the Purple Monster PIE model comes in. The model explains all the various elements you need to design and deliver an effective, memorable meeting. It's targeted at large meetings or conferences, but the principles apply to any meeting, whatever the size. The key is that you need to think about all 3 elements. Physical. Getting the practical elements right. If these are missing or out of place, then the rest just won't matter. Try reading feedback from a conference where the lunch ran out, and you'll quickly realise just how important the practicalities really are. Intellectual. In our experience, this is the area that most companies do really well. Maybe a bit too well. The intellectual elements, such as content, key messages and agendas, are so overthought that messages get confused and diluted, and all good intentions of avoiding endless presentations get forgotten, in place of cramming in as much information as possible. This section explains how to avoid some of those pitfalls, and what's really important when considering the intellectual elements of a meeting. Emotional. Obviously, this is our favourite part, but it's also the third and final element to consider. How are you considering the emotions of the attendees, if at all? Are you ensuring they leave feeling energised, motivated, informed, or whatever you want them to leave feeling? How do you ensure they start in the right frame of mind to actively participate and contribute? If you don't consider the emotional element, then you risk creating a meeting which is at best passive, and at worst, a waste of time and money. Over the next few weeks, we'll be publishing advice, hints, tips, and tools to help you create memorable meetings. We'll work through each element of the model so you can learn about each piece individually and how you can apply it in your own role. If you'd like to get the information direct each week as we publish it, then please fill in your details in the box below. In the meantime, feel free to download a copy of the tool and its checklist of key elements.